Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now today's piece of content is directly from requests from you guys. So over the last year or so I've made a few pieces of content, especially with Helican Techs, on small, lightweight, rainproof jackets, shirts. My two favourite are the Helican Techs Tramontane and the Windrunner shirt. I wear them a lot, especially in the winter, as just a light rain cover when I'm out running in the mornings. But one that came up a lot, and it's took me way too long to pick up one of these, is from Arktis, and this is the Stowaway shirt, which is another small, lightweight, packable jacket or shirt as they refer to them, that is just great to put in a pack. Perfect for a day like this. If you were to see above, just over there, beautiful blue skies, over there, grey, which is what we've had a lot of this summer, but luckily it's given me plenty of opportunity to take this out with me because we've had one of those summers. Some people would refer to this as a very typical British summer. We have had some really nice summers recently, and I'm kind of waffling a bit, but the beauty of these is just how small they've got, and I have it all kind of wrapped up here. You'll see how small this gets, so you can put this into your bag whilst you're out. It might rain for an hour, you don't want to get too wet. Take this out. So there's been quite a few walks that I've been on where I've needed this. I took it out and it's kept me dry. There was an outdoor concert that I went to with Mrs. Moorlander. I took this with me. It rained for about half an hour, 45 minutes. It was great. Had this in my bag, took it out, you know, it did exactly what it needed to do. Okay, now as we're talking about this, I'll unwrap it. So it does come in its own bag, so you don't have a separate bag, so it will fold into itself. The material that this is made from a ripstop nylon, or a lightweight ripstop nylon. Which also has a DWR coating on here. So it's not what you'd call like a hard shell, like something like an event, or I've forgotten the name, Gore-Tex, that's what I was thinking of, thank you. It's not something like that. It is designed for light to medium showers, and for the showers that we've had this summer, it's just been perfect for that. If you did need something that was closer to a hard shell, then really you should be looking at a dedicated hard shell. This is something that's very simple to stow away and to kind of pull out when it's needed. But if you're after something for super wet, then you probably need something a little bit more substantial to this. Just checking, because I didn't check. No, so the seams on here, the seams aren't taped. But again, for what it's needed for, it works perfectly. As far as donning and doffing, it is an over-the-head job. So there is no kind of full-length zip with this. Now, while I'm talking about this, just so I get asked this a lot, as far as the size is concerned, this is an extra large. I checked on the website, I checked the measurements, and it said I should go for the extra large. You will find that they do fit a little bit larger than normal. The main reason for that is that these are designed so that if you need to put a jacket, or you have whatever it is that you have on, if your normal winter jacket is an extra large, this needs to be able to fit over your winter jacket, again, should you need it, or maybe a summer jacket so that you can put this on. So I went for the extra large. It is just a little bit too big, but again, it's designed to be a little bit too big. Now, as far as my measurements, I'm 5'9" 3/4. I'm a 46 to 48 inch chest. I weigh about 100 kilos, which is about 16 stone. I consider myself to have an athletic dad bod, and again, you know, I feel that it fits me fine. So if you were wondering, I'd say check the measurements on the website, and they do seem to hold true. Now back to the actual features themselves. This it's not a full zip. As mentioned, you have to get this on over your head when you're taking it on and off. There is a zip on the front. Does it have a name on it? It doesn't have a name on it. I'll check on the website, see if I can work out if this is a YKK or not. But I found with the products that I've tested from Arktis in the past, they make sure that their zips and their buttons are all good, high quality buttons anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. But yes, so the zip on the front just comes down kind of, I don't know, a third of your way down your sternum, and will zip up into your chin, where you have a beard protector. I forgot to mention at the beginning, I'm a little bit choppy and changey with this, and apologies. I usually start with something on. As far as colours are concerned, there are a lot of different colours. One of the things that Arktis do incredibly well is make a lot of different colours for these. So you got your kind of flat colours with black, coyote, OD green, those sort of colours. This is their arid comb colour, which I quite like. Mrs. Moorlander thought that I'd washed it weird because you get these weird kind of patches on it, but I quite like that. I think being out in the woods like this, it does well to camouflage me a little bit. So yeah, they really do have lots of colours. Anyway, back to today's featured content. Zip on the front, I mentioned, yes, so that does go all the way up. Now, the hood on this is a reasonably large hood. I have quite a large head, and one of the things that I struggle with is finding hoods that will be able to fit over this gargantuan melon that I have balancing on my shoulders. So it's nice that they have this on here. If you're wearing a hat underneath this, it will fit over here. And I'm also guessing, although I haven't tried this, maybe I'll check on my helmet when I get home, and I'll put it over this, and I'll leave a comment here if it fits over a helmet. But I would imagine that it probably would fit over a helmet. If you have a cap, then your cap will fit under and your brim will come out through the front. Now, one thing that it doesn't have on the sides, with a lot of these, you would have those little toggles so that you can pull the toggles down so that you can kind of cinch it in around your face. It doesn't have those. Instead, it just has some elastic in here which just again holds it into your face. If that's important, if you know specifically that you're after something that you can kind of pull down because you want this when you're out in the mountains and you don't want it kind of flapping against your face, it might not be the one for you. There might be other ones out there that are more suitable. For me, for what I've used it for walks as it's intended, kind of pull it on and it does the job of being able to keep the rain away from you. Now on the front here, after that, as far as the features are concerned, there's no pockets on the sleeves. It's just a very simple over the head job. As far as pockets on your chest, there's none there. There isn't a front pocket or a kangaroo style pouch on the front. It doesn't have any of that. We then come down the sides. The sides are relatively plain, relatively simple. There's no kind of bells and whistles on the side. And then you get down to the bottom, and on the cuff around your waist here, you have a single piece of it is single, but I just mean the fact that there isn't one on one side and one on the other. There's just this one pull cord here on the left hand side, so you can pull that. For me, for my height, as I mentioned, I'm 5'10". It comes down way past my bum. So if I've got a rucksack on and I want to pull it down to keep whatever's in my pocket, or I want to keep my bum wet and keep my bum dry, it'll do that. Stooping down or squatting down, it also stops rain from running down in the back of my pants as well, which is, it's nice. Nobody likes a wet bum. But if you pull this all the way out, then there's plenty of room at the bottom. If you know that you're doing something today where you're climbing around a lot, trying to get over things, and you don't want it kind of catching on your bum, you can pull this out, give it the full kind of treatment on the bottom, or whatever you'd call that. But you need to pull it all the way out so that you've got plenty of room, and it does give you plenty of room to be able to do things. If there's one thing that I would add, because I know often I'd say if there's anything that I'd change, I would probably add the little pulley elastic, so rather than having the elastic in here, you can pull something down just to cinch it in around your face a little bit more. I think that would be great. I think if they were concerned maybe about it being able to stow away, I don't think that would add too much extra bulk that you wouldn't be able to do that. The other thing that I probably would add as well is you get a lot of these where they just have on your left hand side here just a small zip pocket. Again, I don't think it takes anything away from this, because you put it on, you wear it for an hour or so to get out of the rain, to get to shelter, whatever it is that you're doing, and then you take it off, you wait for it to dry, you put it back in your bag, and you might not even touch it for another 2-3 weeks. But if you are out, like I say, I run in tops like this, just to be able to put your keys in there. Maybe if you are out walking and you're constantly having to check your compass, if you had a small pocket here with a zip that you could just kind of put your stuff into rather than having to go into your pockets to find your compass, I think that'd be nice. Again, I don't think it takes anything away from this. However, if it would just be nice if it was there. Put it that way. Now, putting it away, so you take it back off your head, turn it inside out. So a lot of these, you know, I just mentioned you'd have that kind of pocket on the chest. A lot of these, that would be where that pocket is that it folds up into. The difference with this one is, so now we're inside out, there's the front, there's the hood with my face, and then on the back here, just where the yoke is on the shoulders here, you do have a pocket. So this is what it folds into. There's the Arktis logo and branding there, and then there's also a thing so that you could just kind of hang it up if you need to keep it, if it needs to dry out. But you do have a pocket in here that's upside down. When you first put this on, it feels a bit weird because you've got something, especially if you're wearing a t-shirt. If you've got a shirt on like this and you've got a couple of things on underneath, you don't feel it. But just here where the yoke is, you just feel that pocket's there. Only for the first 2-3 minutes when you've got it on. Once you've got it on and you've had it on for a while, you don't even notice. But again, it's just an observation, the fact that it's there. But this is the pocket that it folds into, so you just have to kind of start it off, push it in, and then just keep kind of feeding it into that. And then you are in and good to go with a self-contained Stowaway shirt from Arktis. Would I recommend this? Hell yes I would. I think these jackets are absolutely worth their weight in gold. I've said this a trillion times in this piece of content. The beauty of these is that you're out. You don't want to take a full hard shell with you because it's a beautiful day like this, but you know, you check the weather forecast, it is probably going to rain at some point. It's a small shirt that weighs next to nothing, that you can just throw in a bag, take it out when you need it. When it's finished raining, take it off, put it back in. And I mentioned, you probably might not even touch it for another couple of weeks, but it's there just in case. And that is the beauty of these. They should be called the Arktis just in case. That would sound a bit weird anyway, wouldn't it? But anyway, the Stowaway jacket's the right name for it, but they are perfect for those situations and definitely recommended. I did pick this up from Arktis myself, so I'll leave some links below. I believe they've got a sale on now, but I don't know when this is coming out, but they do have regular sales. So if you check the website, then you'll be able to hopefully pick one up, maybe at a reduced rate. But even then, I don't think these are particularly expensive. So I'll leave their links below. I'll also leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. And so many times is the Arktis, Why did I struggle with that? Is it the Stowaway shirt? Stowaway shirt. I'd got jacket in my head. I think that's where I'd gone wrong, thinking about tits. I don't know. Let's start again, shall we, children? Are we all sat comfortably and ready to start again? I don't know why I go into that weird voice when I do things wrong. Maybe it's because I think I'm just about to get bollocked for something. Anyway, where were we? There's a hole there. If I step forward like 30 centimetres, I go down. That's what she said. Get your mind out of the gutter, young man. Or woman, of course. Women can be just as dirty. Shut up. One of the ones that came up so much, and it's took me way too long to pick one of these up, is the Arktis. Hi. Fly. That rhymed.